Hello.
Okay.
There we go.
I think my volume's high. David, you there? Got an orange background if you are.
Tap, tap.
Well, let's see here. So Jason, just so you know, I'm going to look at the 855-3005 number. That's the one I'm going to
That's good.
review. So
Good morning.
good
There
morning.
you are. Hey, good morning.
How are you?
Good. Are you calling from your phone or your computer?
I'm calling from my desktop and I don't have a camera on it.
Oh, that's fine. That's perfect. We just want to share a screen with you. So if you're on your phone, it'll be awesome.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
How are you guys?
Well, you can see us, right?
I can see you. Yeah.
Good glare in the background, but looks like I'm a little low.
there you go.
That better?
Life is good.
Oh.
Miranda, did you want to share your screen with David and talk him through some of the data?
I will share.
Okay.
All right, sure. Okay, so we got our little screen here. So can everybody see it?
Yep.
All
Yes.
right, can I move this out of the way? Yes, okay.
Hey, are you guys recording this per chance?
Yes.
Okay, because I might have you send it to me, and then I think Anise is in meetings this morning, so I'd like her to kind of take a gander at it.
Okay, perfect.
Yep.
So,
David, for just a caveat here, please, this gets shared just between us. We don't want to, because we're sharing everything with you, things that are not public knowledge. So.
Oh, believe me, it won't go outside it won't go outside between, it won't go to anyone else except to Anissa and myself.
Perfect. That's all I was
I know.
asking.
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
so I guess we're gonna look over the data because that's where some of the question was how much is being delivered and how successful the delivery rate is. So I'm in the back office, what I call the back office of Twilio, looking at one of our numbers that we sent out, as you can see over here on the left, all the ones that were sent out yesterday.
And if I could interrupt for one quick second to give
Yes.
a little background on that phone number. So David, what we're doing now, and this is a bunch of testing we've been doing, what we're doing now is we have one phone number, which is the 855 number. If you could scroll up, 855-395-3005. So that's our primary number. And then what we do is we have stacked underneath it.
Do you want me to show those?
Numbers. No, it's okay. I'm just explaining. So we have multiple numbers underneath it. So what happens is we send everything out through the 855-395 number. And then based on regional areas, we separate the texts and deliver them to an individual's phone by different phone numbers. So this is our kind of our umbrella number, and then there's a bunch of little numbers underneath. They're all toll-free numbers, but they're underneath the main number. The reason we do that is then each individual gets a specific number, and it's attached to them, and it helps the deliverability. So this is what you're seeing here, and we're taking the primary number, so you're seeing the deliverability based on the primary number.
So the deliverability happens quicker as well. Because
Much
it's split
faster.
up between like 5 or 6 numbers versus one phone number trying to do them all.
If I understand you correctly, the text goes out to 855-395-3005, and then it gets parsed, or it gets separated out and goes to individual numbers like 786-333 or 808-283 or whatever the case may be.
Correct, correct. And the reasoning for this is that so limitations by carriers is that each
Oops.
phone,
Oh, just go ahead.
okay, each phone number has the ability to send out one text per second. So when we bridge it over multiple phone numbers, for example, if we have two phone numbers, we could send one text every half second. If we had four, we could send one text every quarter second. So the reasoning that behind this for us is twofold. One, we place our own limitations on the speed of the text. So we will deliver sorry about that. We will deliver a text message. Instead of one every second, we deliver 55 text messages every minute. So instead of one every second, we shave a little bit of time off each one. And the reason we do that is just basically our spacing on deliverability. And then it's kind of managing the carrier aspects. And then we split it up over multiple phone numbers. So again, it's a way of us managing the carrier's expectations of us so that we can deliver a higher quantity of text and more accurate deliverability, because the carrier's going, okay, these guys are compliant with us and they're really doing the best they can to make sure that they're not pounding our systems, and things like that. So.
Okay, so is anyone else doing this right now, or is this? I mean, have you guys discovered some kind of secret sauce? This goes beyond what a lot of people are doing. Obviously, I mean, that
Yeah, that's right. That's what I was telling you yesterday, is that when you're going with these other providers, they are not providing you the level of data that we're about to provide you. And I can roll back and show you. We were ignorant in the beginning, so I'm confessing. In the beginning, we thought just like every other person, like, hey, we just send a text and it gets delivered. That's not the case. Just because for example, inside of our logs, it'll show delivered on our log because the carrier says, or because Twilio says we sent it, it says it's been delivered. That's not the case. We went further. We went all the way to this level to get the data. And now true deliverability requires a little bit of a pause between each send, and it requires multiple. I mean, depending on how big your list is, our lists get pretty large. We have lists that are as much as 12,000. Our average send right now is about 3,000. We have one client's 4,000. We send on average about 3,000 out at a time. And all we have to do, if we grow that list to 10,000 or 12,000 or 100,000, we just stack more phone numbers on it to bridge it out so that it delivers reliably, and it also delivers faster, because we are limited to a carrier one per second.
Okay.
So what Ron is going to show you now is the data. So this is the raw data that's provided to us by Twilio through the carrier. So, and I'll let Rhonda explain about undelivered.
So, just one quick question. Under the status, it has delivered or undelivered. So if I see that as an end user, I see delivered. That means it has been displayed on the device. Is that correct?
In this view that you're looking at right now, it was actually delivered to the handset. The person may or may not have read it. We don't have read receipts, but this means it actually arrived at the handset. This is the confirmation that it arrived at the handset.
Sure, you have no way. I understand. It's not like some, like Campaign Monitor or MailChimp. You don't know if someone's clicked on it, right?
Well, we don't know if someone's opened it to view it, but that's where we strategically place links inside the text. Yeah, and there's two ways to monitor that. There's two separate ways. The first way is obviously if they click on it. That makes sense. But in most phones today, they have a preview. And in the preview, if you attach a pixel in the preview, you can actually see that pixel was triggered because they previewed it on their phone, which means they opened it. They may not have clicked on it, but they opened it to look at the preview.
Right. Okay.
So Rhonda will explain what delivered, undelivered, and all those things mean now.
Go ahead.
So in the past, we admit to having carrier violations with the non-800 numbers. We've had great success with the 800 number. So all I've seen of all the texts we sent out yesterday, and in mass quantity, was this one is undelivered, and all of them that say undelivered are because of the unknown destination handset. The destination number you are trying to reach is unknown and may no longer exist. Now, mind you, like our list that we have, as Jason had mentioned, is a purchased list. So it's not like somebody opted in. It's not a personal list from, a company that, has gathered all this information internally. So the few that we've actually, gotten, if you look at this, so we've got one delivery unknown. That's just, it is what it is. There's no reason code for it.
This is the one I was telling you was frustrating. We didn't understand that delivery unknown thing.
Yeah, but there's so few of those that it's not a concern. If you look at the amount so this one had requested stop, and so we don't want to send to them anymore. So after today, they will not get any more because they requested to have it stopped. We don't want to waste our money on that. So delivered, undelivered for unknown destination handset, delivered, handset issue. This is an unknown error.
And we believe this is, I may be speaking out of turn here, but we believe we understand that error code, that one that says unknown error 30008, that one can range anything from the phone number, like for instance, like a prepaid Cricket Wireless type thing, is in pause mode. In other words, it won't receive anything until the individual pays the bill or they lose the phone number. If the phone number is simply on pause for like a month or two, it might bring back this unknown error. If it's actually disconnected, it brings back the other error, the destination handset unknown. But in the 3008 unknown, the only information we've been able to get on that is that it may be a phone number that is a legitimate phone number. It's just not able to receive anything at the moment. We did get one, and I don't know where that is, Rhonda. I don't know who provided it, but we got one that literally said the phone number is, this may have been a phone call that we did. It said that the phone is either turned off or is in an area that cannot receive. So the delivery was delayed.
Okay.
And
yeah.
And you know how sometimes it'll say, this was delivered at it'll say like download link expired. I don't know if you ever get those. It was something like that. And I don't know where it was, but we got it once. So I mean I remember seeing that. But this 30008 error, unknown error, that may be just like a prepaid wireless phone that's in a pause position.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay.
And we don't get a ton of them. But
for me, look, our clients are not going to want, I don't believe they're not going to want, they're not going to want to know how the hot dog's made. We want to have some assurance that we're delivering a service that's reliable and that we're not going to be charged, they're not going to be charged for things that they shouldn't be charged for. Because based on what you've been saying today and yesterday, it sounds like a lot of the text marketing companies, they'll just go ahead and charge you for text messages that aren't really delivered.
And that is true. That is true. Now, again, this is all full transparency. Rhonda, if you'll go to one of those undelivereds, you will see that where it says undelivered, they're still charging us for that opportunity because we've used their system to do it. So the key here for us, right here, that's the error I was looking for. Unreachable destination handset. The handset you're trying to reach is switched off or otherwise unavailable. It means that you sent to them and they should have received it, but they didn't. And if they turn their phone on, they will, but we don't know. So we're still charging you. So we do get those occasionally. That does happen.
So those are out of everybody's control. It's the the final destination that determines those ones. So
That's the carrier that's doing that. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Okay.
so overall,
I don't think our clients are ever going to see this. I mean, I don't.
No.
I mean, would you be showing a client this? I would.
No, I would never show your client this. This is kind of like your client says, I want to have some statistics. You take this data and you say, we sent out 1,000 messages and we know that 827 of them were delivered. We know that 112 of them were disconnected or unknown handsets. And so you can give them some data, but that's stuff that you collect, not that they collect.
Yeah, right. Yeah. That's good. Yeah, well, I don't want them to know how the watch works. I just want them to know what time it is.
Exactly. So now, David, I have a couple of things for you, and I've been thinking about this quite a bit. And for your client that you have currently, that you're talking about, that has this really large list, but they want to start slow. So I feel like it would be the best representation for you if you did work with us, because we'll be transparent with everything, and you know that of us. If you worked with us to begin with, to get your client rolling and started and things like that, dedicate some phone numbers to them so they have they know their dedicated numbers. Then at one point, as they grow their list, in all honesty, you're going to outgrow our services. And we would love to have all the business, but the reality of it is, if you start to get to that 800,000 before we're ready for it, we would be doing you a disservice. So what I would do at that point is I would actually take our service, everything that we've done, we've built, we've done, for ourselves, and for lack of a better term, it would be white labeled to you. So you would then have the software, you would control it as we control it. And even if you only did it for the one client, you would have a much more efficient control over it, and it would cost you less in the long run. So I'm just kind of giving you a growth, a kind of a growth vision. We're going to get to a point where we're going to say, David, we're not ready to take on, 150,000 numbers right now. I think we have a long way to get to that point. But you may take on other larger clients. And as you bring on other larger clients with the success of this, I want you to be able to grow in a way that works well for your agency, for your business. So just know that on the table, we're happy to connect you directly with the developer to do the white labeling of our software. We've already agreed with him. He'll charge you accordingly, whatever that is. But then you'll just have a competing, basically you'll have a competitor version of our software, but it'll be exactly what you're using now. It's identical to how you're using it. So it's the same thing.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that, Jason. We'll see. Let's take this in baby steps first.
Yeah.
We may get there. I appreciate the offer. We have a client, the one client that has the 800,000. They're not signed, sealed, and delivered, but we feel they're pretty close. Actually, for one of them, the client is, it's interesting. It's one entity that has a website that I developed that has a tool that no one else in the country does, that matches up real estate investors with buyers. I spent a lot of time developing this website, and it's very unique. No one else has it. And he's going to be using a lot of this other guy's 800,000 contacts. So that's one client. And then we have so half of that scenario, let me step back. So one of the clients has this tool that I developed that is unique in real estate investing industry. No one else does it. It took me a long time to develop it. And so he is a client of ours. He has referred us to this other gentleman who has 800,000 clients or 800,000 contacts.
Oh, okay.
And they're working together. We hope to create some pin action between the two that's really going to grow their business.
Great.
And then we have one that's in the bag that we're doing right now. We've done some videos for them, and we're doing marketing for them, and they're a time and attendance vendor. They do time and attendance, you know, all that computer-based digital time and attendance, and they are going after companies that are, you know, that have 500 sales reps that are out pitching their product. And so that is also bigger than a breadbasket. And I talked to them yesterday. I was on the phone heading to a meeting with them yesterday, and I talked to them about doing text marketing. So, you know, we're trying to go after some bigger fish here. And,
right, that's what you mentioned yesterday. That's why I want to be prepared.
You know, we could have, I don't know, we could end up with 1 million or more, you know, people we want to blast out to. So I don't know what it looks like. I mean, for right now, I just kind of want to get established, get this one guy going with 500 to 1,000 texts a month, and then, you know, go from there. You know, build it one step at a time.
Totally agree. Sounds good. By the way, our guy, he also has a realtor connection. He runs a website that does wholesale properties. He has what he claims to have is the most accurate, most up-to-date list on wholesale properties that updates regularly throughout the day, and you get notifications based on your filters. So if you say, for example, you're looking for a wholesale property that's going to come available in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania, and you want it to be a 3-2 with a carport, and one comes available, you'll get an instant notification on that, which allows wholesalers to buy the properties faster. So it might be something to connect you into that guy as well, and see if maybe some of his software, your software, their software, everybody can work together and make some money out of it.
Yeah, well, you know, that's interesting.
I'll get you a preview of it so you can see what that software is like.
Yeah. So the guy that I wrote the calculator for, the website, you remember Russ O'Donnell at Friday Business Connections?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's him. That's our client.
Okay, got it.
Got it. Yeah, so calltheunderwriter.com is the website, calltheunderwriter.com.
Okay.
And the calculator that's on there is something no one else is doing. It's basically making sure that buyers are Dodd-Frank compliant. And believe it or not, there's no one else doing that right now. And so we're going to try and grow that business, and it's pretty interesting. I've learned a lot about the mortgage industry over the last few months.
Probably more than you wanted to learn, but yeah.
The other guy, Baldwin Advisory Group, that guy actually would probably benefit from your contact in that he serves as a clearinghouse for services like skip tracing, services like RMLO, BPOs, things of that nature. So he basically facilitates introducing realtors to people who can do all of these. There's like 14 or 15 different services that realtors need sometimes. And he has a national network of vendors and providers. And so, yeah, maybe there's some, maybe we could facilitate some introductions and make a little money out of this.
We like that connection. We like connecting people. So perfect. So I guess the question is, next step. We need to reactivate your account, get you back in the back office? What would you like to do?
Well, yeah, I think so. I mean, I think we want to be connected. I guess, you know, here's the deal. And I know it sounds kind of penny ante, and I don't want to do. I want something very low risk and very low expense here. So whether it be at our cost initially for the first month or two, until we are sure that things are going to be working as advertised, you know. So
why don't we do this? So how many people are you going to be testing it with? About 1,000, you said? 500 to 1,000?
I think about 1,000. And I'm thinking maybe 2,000, something like that, just to be on the safe side, 2,000 or so.
Okay, so why don't we do this then? Why don't we reactivate your account, set you up on like a 14-day free trial, and we throw the 2,000 text in there. So we'll front the 14-day free trial, and we'll throw the 2,000 texts up there to kind of front load you with them, and let you use those to test it out. 500 at a time, once a week, kind of thing. Or if you want to do 10,000 or 2,000 all at once, however you want to try it. What we'll do is we'll add you in so that you can import the list, put them in a specific list, and you can send out your bulk, and we'll also add scheduler. So that way you can schedule text or you can send them out as a bulk, either way. Does that work?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
I think we'll do
that.
that. Rhonda and I will put that together today and send you over the information for it. And we'll set it up, like I say, for the 14-day free trial, throw in 2,000 text up front. So that gives you time to test it out, play with it, see how it works. Once you've done that, we will go in, Rhonda, if you let us know, if you say, hey, by the way, we're going to send out, 500 texts on Friday at 9 a.m., then Rhonda and I can monitor that, and we can actually kind of report back to you. Hey, great, we're watching the delivery rate. What's going on? Or hey, something went wrong. We'll tell you what we're seeing as we're watching the data go through to the carrier.
Sure, that sounds good. How about this on the trial? Let's start the trial right about when we start doing the texting. Okay, can you do that extent? Because it may be 2 weeks before these guys are ready to pull the trigger.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. Yeah, we'll get it ready so that when the day you're ready to do it, we'll log you in and get you going. But we'll get it all fired up so it's ready to go. And then once you log in, that's when your 14-day free trial will start.
Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds perfect. Okay, good. So has the dashboard changed at all over the last few months?
Not much. No,
okay.
we all of our work has been back end stuff. So we haven't really, I don't think we've modified it at all, actually. The only thing that we've done, this is something that is new. We have it set so that it's optional, but I like using it, and I'll explain why. We have a service now so I import a list. Okay. Now, again, we bought our list, so our list was kind of questionable to begin with. Again, it was a burn list. We intended to burn it out. So what we did was any error like you're seeing there that was delivered, a handset unknown, any of those, any stops, anything like that, we just have a trigger now that automatically removes them from the database. It just takes them out. And that way your list pares itself down over time to actual delivered product. It does not include like a carrier violation or an exception, things that are like one-off errors. We don't include that, but we include the ones that are consistent errors, like the handset's dead, it's an office phone, things like that. That is an option. And when we set you up, we'll send you a little screenshot and say, if you check this button, it will automatically clean your list. If you don't, it's up to you to clean the list.
Okay, I want to get some clarification, because I actually when I got home yesterday afternoon, I did a little bit of research, and I could not find anything about AT&T not processing short codes anymore.
I'll send you I'll have the email. I'll send it over to you. I have
yeah,
it.
Please.
I actually, it's so funny because I was actually conversing with Twilio about this process, and they told me, oh, that's not true. And then I sent them the email, and they're like, oh, I guess you're right.
Yeah, because I could not find anything about that, because that seems to be, if that's the case, if AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile aren't going to process short codes in the way that they're being processed now, that seems kind of significant to me.
Yeah,
so,
it is significant. It is hugely significant. I'll send you over the video right now. I'm looking at it right now. So let me give me a quick second. I'm firing it up so I can get the link to you.
Yeah, that's really interesting. So all right, and then send me a link to this thing, because I want Anissa to see this, and then as soon as give me a day or two to get the ball rolling, and you guys will get us all reset up in the back end, and I'm gonna call Russ O'Donnell and see when we can get the list and create a message. Then I just want to make sure that when we're doing messages, obviously we want to be able to track who opens them and stuff. So what are you guys using? You're using Bitly? Because I've heard some things about Bitly that aren't so good as a link shortener. So what are you doing in terms of tracking, embedding links, and then tracking whether those are clicked on?
Okay, so we have two things that we're doing. The first one is we are using Bitly now. There was a problem, and in fact, Twilio and another company, another competitor, went after the carriers, saying that that we need to shorten links because we only have 160 characters to play with here. So. So there was a big kind of an uproar, and Bitly actually went to the bat for it. And so now Bitlys are going through. We're seeing the one you just saw was a Bitly link that we were using. We also generated our own shortener, our own URL shortener, and you can do that. There's a website called. I'll tell you in a second. I gotta remember. It is called YOURLS. So it's YOURLS, so URLs, and it is a freeware that you can create and install and use your own shortener. So we use our own shortener as well as a Bitly shortener, and we've tested both of them. And the reality of it is the Bitly link is more reliable than even our own shortener is. Our own shortener doesn't have a reputation. The problem with Bitly was it had a reputation, and it was a reputation for spammers. But when Bitly went to bat, and actually it was Verizon that was leading the charge to block the Bitly addresses. Bitly pointed out that Verizon, in fact, uses Bitly links to send out. So they reversed their position, and now it appears at the moment, and things change constantly within the telecom industry. At the moment, it is Bitlys are getting very good deliverability rates. So I would just stay with Bitly.
All right. And then you can track whether something's opened or not. You can get statistics on those, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you can do that through Bitly. I use it all the time. It's a great tool. It'll tell you it's coming from the text. It'll tell you if your link is being clicked on from Facebook or if it's being shared in Messenger and stuff. So you can actually see some data like that too. It's really nice.
Yeah, okay, cool. All right, cool. All right, well, great.
If you do want to set up your own, it's the YOURLS.
Yeah, I wrote it down.
You'll get that.
Yeah. Good. Okay. I think let's see if we can make a little dough, and I'll have Anissa take a look at this, and then let's move the ball forward.
Sounds perfect. And
let us know when you're ready.
I sent the data over to Rhonda, so she has both the AT&T banning, the short codes, video, and then she'll also get the link for this recording and send it over to you as well.
Yeah, I already sent over the video link. I already texted it over, so we're good there.
Perfect.
Let me check my spam folder here.
I texted it to you.
Oh, you texted. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Great. All right. Perfect. I think we're rolling. So thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it.
All right.
And
we'll get rolling on that. So we'll have a set for you. So all you have to do is tell us to fire it.
Okay. Great. Thanks so much for your time.
All right. Thanks, David.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Yep. Bye.
So Rhonda, are you there still?
Yeah.
Oh, if you look at the top, I think bottom right, it'll say end meeting. And when you do, end it for all.
Okay. That's what I was going to do, but I'm like,
That's what you do.